Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the PELE YOETZ and Ish v'Ishtai Shalom Bayis between a husband and a wife. And we began yesterday speaking about the wife's obligations towards her husband. And the main point that the PELE YOETZ is making is that a wife is an Ezer Kenegda. She is a helper, a helpmate to encourage and support and motivate her husband in his own personal Avodas Hashem, the way in which he's going to serve Hashem. And he writes today the following words: V'sakom ba'od laila. She should even wake up when it's still nighttime, to awake her husband. She should enjoin herself together with him in the service of Hashem. There's so many stories of the Gedolei Yisrael, the great leaders. For example, Rabbi Eliashiv Zecher Tzadik Livracha used to wake up at 2:30 every single morning to learn Torah for the entire day, and his dear Rebbitzin, the Tzadikis, Rebbitzin Eliashiv, she would wake up even beforehand, and she would make the coffee, and she would have it ready for him when he would sit to go and learn. And once they tried to buy her a thermos, and they told her grandchildren told her, Safta, Bubby, take a thermos, make the coffee before you go to sleep at night, leave it on the table, and when Zaidi wakes up in the morning to learn, so he'll be able to drink the hot coffee, it'll remain hot. And she said, and take away my mitzvah, take away the opportunity to awaken with your grandfather and be there together with him as he engages in his Torah learning and Avodas Hashem. Never. And she didn't use the thermos. She woke up till the very end of her life, early in the morning, to make sure that she was the one that was ma'ira, waking up and encouraging her husband to continue in his great service of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Certainly, a woman should understand, a wife should understand, she should not become what's called a grama b'nezikin, where because of what she wants and what she needs, and she sometimes will, God forbid, get in the way of her husband, that it will be a grama, it will cause damages to his personal avodas Hashem. She is batam avodas Hashem yizbarach shom ba'avura. He will cancel out, or he will absolve himself, or he won't go and do what he should do in his own avodas Hashem because of his wife. Chas v'shalom, God forbid she should do such a thing. Ka'isha hi tisas avayna, a woman that prevents her husband from learning or from davening with a minyan or from doing things that he has obligations and responsibilities to do, that's going to be the sin that she will have to bear. Now, of course, it's understood. If a wife truly needs her husband, and he has to, once in a while, he has to cancel the class. Once in a while, he's going to have, and missing a minyan because his wife really needs him. She's going into labor. It's a total balagan in the house, and he can't get out at that moment. Understood. Once in a while, these things, it's normal, it's human, it's normal. But if it becomes a regular thing where the woman never lets her husband go to the shir, she rarely ever lets him leave the house to go and daven a minyan. She says, how can you go in the morning? I have to get the kids ready. But there are so many wives that are getting the children ready in the morning. Let him go and daven. He'll come back right afterwards. Or the man should figure out a way to work it out in his schedule. Help out in the morning and then go daven a later minyan. Whatever has to be done. But it shouldn't be that the needs and the necessities that the woman is projecting should come and diminish the man's own personal avodas Hashem. There is a very whimsical ma'isa of a young man that got married, and the custom in yeshivas is that the first year of marriage, Shana Rishona, although that he would go to kollel in the morning, in the afternoon, at nights, the custom is that the husband stays home, not to leave his wife all by herself. He stays home and he learns in the house, in the comfort of and privacy of the house. His wife sees him, she gets a nacha, she enjoys watching him learn, and she feels safe and secure that the husband is home. So there was a man who got married. It was Shana Rishona the first year, and he was trying desperately to learn at home at nights, but it wasn't going. Every time he sat down to learn, his wife would come and ask him to take out the trash. After he took out the trash, he would sit down to learn again. She would say, do me a favor, can you fold the laundry? Then he would sit back to learn again. She said, can you do me a favor, clean out the fridge? So on and so forth. Everything was always, every single night, it was another story of why he wasn't able to learn. So he got very perturbed. And he went to the great Steipler Goin, who was the father of Chaim Kanievsky. And he asked the Steipler, what am I supposed to do? It's Shana Rishona, the first year of marriage. I know I'm supposed to be home so my wife feels safe and secure and she has nachash, she sees me learn, but I'm telling you, Rebbe, every time I sit down to learn, she bothers me. Take out the trash, clean the clothes, do this, do that. I don't get to learn at home. So the disciple looked at the young man and he said, if your wife would see that you were truly learning, if your wife would see that you were taking your Avodas Hashem seriously, she would never disrupt and disturb you from that which you are trying to accomplish. But she sees you, you sit down in your chair, you stay around the house a little bit, you get up, you get yourself a drink and a little snack, you open up one of the Jewish newspapers or the magazines, you start reading articles, you open up your phone, you see what's going on. Since she sees that you yourself are mevatel, you yourself are disrupting, and you're holding yourself back from Avodas Hashem, so she says, well, if this guy's going to waste his time all night, he might as well do something productive and help me. So therefore, the husband and the wife have to work as a team. They're working in tandem. The husband, you have to be motivated to make it to the minyan, motivated to learn the Torah, to go to the shir, motivated to do your chesed projects and the like. And when your wife sees how motivated you are and how much it means to you, how important it is, you're a different person when you daven shachris of the minyan. You're a different person when you go to your nightly shir before you come home for a couple of hours of shalom bayis and nice conversation with you and your wife. You're a different person when you're able to spend the proper time with your kids doing the homework. A different person. When your wife sees that, she says, I'm going to do everything in my abilities and my powers to make sure that my dear husband has the time and the focus and the concentration and the menuchas hanefesh, the peace of mind that he needs to do his great levels and his great service in the world of Avodas Hashem. Have a wonderful day.